Bulavinaka, my name is Litia and I'm from the beautiful island of Laos and I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rock.
My name is Casey, I'm from Tabua. We love Today FM in Tabua. Today FM rocks.
My name is Selena, I'm from Tavenga Vengamba. I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Pula, my name is Carlo. I love listening to the music in Today FM, in Malak Island. Today FM rock.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
In the news tonight, fire leaves 6 families homeless. Fiji becomes first emerging market to green bond. And police warning to Diwali troublemakers.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Jackie Spate.
6 families are homeless after a fire engulfed their homes in Navasa settlement at Nambua outside Suva. It is alleged the fire started at about midday from one of the homes. Sainyani Boiler was at the scene and filed this report.
It was a narrow escape for these 6 families. One of the house owners, Nileshni Kumar, says they have lost everything they prepared for Diwali.
I was happy to celebrate the Diwali, but just because of this I can't do anything. But I have bought all the things for my son to celebrate the Diwali. All my firecrackers, all my things for the sweets, everything was inside. But only thing I was left to do is to make the sweets.
Kumar adds it's an awful experience seeing her only son experiencing everything that happened.
I took my son and ran outside. But by the time I ran outside, I saw the house was getting fire.
For Simeon and Navarra, the fire has destroyed the hard work they put together as a family since 1999.
We are so blessed even though we lost everything. None of my family members were hurt.
This is what's left after the 6 houses were engulfed with fire at about 1 p.m. today. The firemen are currently at the scene and investigations are continuing. Sainiani Boila, FBC News.
The objectives of the Partnership Days at the Pre-COP event in Nandi have been met. The Partnership Days were created to allow non-party climate action leaders to share their insights. Eleanor Tarangaivu reports.
The 2 partnership days at the pre-COP ended on a high note, with Fiji's high-level climate champion reporting back on the success of the talks.
This morning I presented to the heads of states, heads of government and ministers of more than 60 countries your ideas, views and recommendations. This was very well received.
This is the first time ever the partnership days have been held together with a pre-COP event. Normally the pre-COP sessions include party ministers and heads of delegations.
The main objective of the partnership days was to encourage the exchange of information, forge partnerships and identify innovative opportunities and solutions to accelerate climate action.
The Partnership Day sessions saw discussions on encouraging countries to review the national determined contributions, providing incentives for non-party actors to effectively contribute, establishing the Climate Action Pacific Partnership, and the need to link up to the Sustainable Development Goals. The Partnership Days also amplified the need for continued engagement with all stakeholders at the COP23 meet in Bonn and beyond. Eleanor Turangaibu, FBC News.
Fiji has announced it will issue a sovereign green bond, raising Fiji $100 million for climate resilience. The announcement was made at the sidelines of the pre-COP meeting in Nandi this afternoon. Eleanor Tarangaivu reports.
Fiji has become the first emerging market and only the 3rd country in the world to issue a green bond that will support climate change mitigation and adaptation.
This green bond demonstrates that emerging economies and small island states, no matter the size or the population, such as Fiji, can create green capital markets.
Green bonds are fixed income that are used to raise funds dedicated to climate mitigation, adaptation and other environment-friendly projects. This provides investors an attractive investment proposition as well as an opportunity to support environmentally sound projects.
$17.2 million of the green bond funds will be allocated to these projects in Fiji's 2017-2018 national budget on projects such as the irrigation and drainage and flood prevention projects. The tenders for the green bond will close on 31 October and the first parcel of the green bond will be issued on the 1st of November in a few weeks' time. They shall be issued as 13-year bonds with a 6.3% coupon rate and a 5-year bonds with a 4% coupon rate.
It is expected that a wide range of investors, including pension funds, insurance companies, asset managers and financial institutions, will have an opportunity to subscribe to the bond.
There will be an annual reporting process that will account for the funds used and also the likely impact on climate, on the environment, and also on social benefits or impact. This process again will be independently verified. Following this launch, the Ministry of Economy and the Reserve Bank will proceed to create investor awareness.
Fiji will also use the bond for projects supporting its commitment to achieve 100% renewable energy and reduce its carbon emission by 30% by 2030.
I have made access to climate finance a key pillar of our upcoming COP23 presidency, and we are proud to set an example to other climate vulnerable nations by issuing this sovereign green bond.
The market for green bonds has grown rapidly, particularly since the Paris Climate Change Agreement. Eleanor Turangaibiu, FBC News.
The objectives of the partnership days at the pre-COP event in Nandi have been met. We now cross to Eleanor Turangaibiu. Eleanor, tell us more.
Jackie, before I go on to the outcomes of the meeting of the pre-COP here in Nandi, I would like to state that the discussions in the last 2 days are basically on the issues which might affect negotiations in Bonn next month. Now, 3 main issues have been identified and they topped the discussions here at Denarau over the last 3 days. The first of which is the progress of the implementation guidelines of the Paris Agreement. Now, it was stated that rather there has to be a substantial progress on this in Bonn next month, and so that a negotiated front or a negotiated outcome can be presented at the COP24 in Poland next month. The second issue which has been highlighted is the facilitative dialogue, also at the COP24 next year, and there has been a specific twist to this. It will now be known as the Talanoa dialogue, following the outcomes of the meeting here today. And the third, which I mentioned yesterday, is climate financing. This was a major issue which has been highlighted, and where small islands, developing states put up the objections and ideas of how they are finding it difficult to access these funds. Now, just as we speak, there is the closing retreat happening and bringing an end to the 3-day meeting here in Nandi. Jackie.
Thanks so much for that, Eleanor. A stern warning has been issued by the Fiji police force to those that might be looking to cause trouble during Diwali. Concerns have been raised by some families that people who are going around asking for sweets are getting angry and turning violent when they don't get what they want. Felipe Naikaso has more.
It's a problem faced by many families during Diwali, which the police have also picked up on. Diwali is a time for sharing, but some people have been disrespectful when they don't get what they want.
They can't provide for everyone, obviously. So we must be mindful of that, and let's not go and take out our anger because we haven't gotten what we wanted from them. To the members of the public, call us. We will come and deal with them. For those that intend to do that, my warning to you, we will deal with you and we'll be there.
The police commissioner has also called on the public to respect families celebrating the Festival of Lights.
And we must not take advantage of their good hearts in providing sweets for us on Diwali Day.
Meanwhile, the National Fire Authority is urging the public to observe all fire safety measures while celebrating Diwali.
Whatever they're using to celebrate, to use it for celebration and not to destroy their homes, not to destroy their belongings and all that.
The National Fire Authority has recorded 111 structural fires so far this year as compared to 107 last year. Felipe Naikaso, FBC News.
Fijians around the country dressed up in their favorite Indian attires to work, while others decorated their offices to celebrate Diwali. The Festival of Lights is an opportunity to hype up the usual working environment and also share the Diwali spirit with Fijians of all persuasions. Kelly Vadala reports.
This was the scene in the capital today, Fijians making sure they were part of the Diwali festivity, whether it be dressing up for the occasion or just sharing a little moment of happiness with sweets.
Seeing offices being decorated in with lights, colors, and people we see our I think brothers, sisters, other races wearing traditional clothes, and it's really good to see them getting well together, eating sweets, sharing, having a laugh. It's a good thing.
Different races in this office, they have participated in putting up all the decorations. So as you can see, different religions are participating in all the festive.
Everyone has made a huge effort coming in the Indian attire today, and it just symbolizes unity and togetherness, coming together in the Festival of Lights.
Many are looking forward to tomorrow's celebration, sharing sweets and lighting up our skies with firecrackers.
Diwali is a chance for me, someone who's not from Fiji, to really experience a culture different from my own and learn new things and open my mind to new ideas.
For me, Diwali is a festival of lights. It brings people together, especially in our office here.
Diwali will be celebrated tomorrow with a national public holiday.
Happy Diwali!
Kelly Badala, FBC News.
We now cross to Kelly Vadala, who joins us live from Vatuanga. Kelly, streets and homes are lit up as families count down to the Festival of Lights tomorrow. What's the atmosphere like as we speak?
Jackie, the atmosphere is all happy, full of excitement, and everything is just bright, new and shiny. It's actually the final phase of Diwali preparations as some families touch up on the decorations and maybe preparations of sweets. For tomorrow, for many families, the day will start off with prayers before visitors like their friends or people they've invited will come over in the evening to celebrate Diwali with them. So if you're lucky enough, you just might get some sweets, and just like me, I got them earlier today. Jackie.
Lucky you. Thanks so much for that, Kelly. Still to come, 51 complaints received in the lead up to Diwali. And life imprisonment for wife killer. Stay with us.
Ranalika, o tikongon na tao ni Singatoka, ando talitaka na wakaronga ng Bula FM, number 2 na seri.
Ya dora subuni kurnambili, ibora ni batu karaham para binaranga, do talitakin na wakaronga ng Bula FM, number 2 na seri. Bula!
Bula FM, number 2 na seri.
51 complaints were received by the Consumer Council last month relating to Diwali shopping. Chief Executive Pramila Kumar says this is the time traders push to sell their products and consumers must remain vigilant. Sainiani Boiler reports.
Less than 24 hours to Diwali, the Consumer Council of Fiji has called on shoppers to make wise decisions before last-minute shopping.
We have been receiving complaints from the public regarding the advertisement that has been put out, or the price that they were charged at the cashiers as compared to what they saw marked on the shelf. Besides that, there are products, expired products being sold to consumers.
Kumar says the latest complaint was regarding the charge of plastic levy.
Where the plastic bag levy, as you know, there is a 10 cents plastic bag levy being imposed by FERCA, and unfortunately there are traders who are charging 16 cents.
Competition and Consumer Commission says they have beefed up their operations to ensure consumers buy safe products this Diwali.
It's on the ground for inspections of supermarkets, goods that are normally bought during these festive seasons. So basically we expect the consumers, should there be any issues, to contact us immediately, should there be in any of the regions in our country, in Fiji.
With the 51 complaints received by the Consumer Council, the Competition and Consumer Commission has deployed 80% of its staff to undertake inspections in shops around the country. Sainiani Mboila,
FBC News.
2 shops have had their whole fireworks stock confiscated due to no license. This was confirmed by the Director of Mineral Resources, Apete Soro, who says these fireworks were confiscated by their officers after conducting inspections recently in the Central and Western Division. Soro says it's compulsory for all shops to obtain their license from the Department of Mineral Resources if wanting to sell fireworks to the public.
They were given instructions on what to follow and how to go about a proper way of selling and displaying fireworks. Upon now inspection returned to check on those improvements, there were no improvements, so our team confiscated those fireworks.
57-year-old Muhammad Yassin, convicted of murdering his wife, was sentenced to life imprisonment by the Suva High Court this morning. Yassin has to serve 18 years before presidential pardon can be considered. Shireen Shivan reports.
Muhammad Yassin murdered his wife Maimun Nisha in Wailalemba 3 years ago. The court was told that after 27 years of marriage, the couple's relationship went through crisis in 2014. They got separated as Nisha allegedly started having an affair. On 16th November 2014, Nisha went to visit Yassin's mother in Ba, where she was stabbed by Yassin with a kitchen knife, who said seeing Nisha talking to his mother angered him. Speaking to FBC News from Canada, Nisha's siblings said Nisha is still missed by the family.
Although 18 years behind bars is not going to ever bring our sister back, but the fact that he will stay there and ponder what he has done all his life is justice enough for me.
We are so glad that Yassin has been sent to jail for 18 years, but no matter what, our lives have changed forever. We'll never get to see our sister again. We have been deprived of our family has been deprived of a mother, a sister, an aunt, and a grandmother.
Judge Justice Saleh Sitemo said giving this harsh sentence to Yassin will deter other would-be offenders. Shireen Shivan, FBC News.
5 men who were convicted of breaking into the late Ratu Sir Kamisesa Mara's home in Lakemba will serve suspended sentences. Tevita Langilo, James Kadilala, Joshua Ngauna Vinaka, Waisake Kaisuva and Akapusingera pleaded guilty to 1 count each of aggravated burglary and theft. They broke into the late Ratu Mara's house on February 5th this year and stole 6 40-ounce bottles of whiskey worth over $1,000. Kadilala and Ngera have been sentenced to 12 months suspended for 2 years. Kaisuva, Ngauna Vinaka and Langiloa received sentences of 16 months each, suspended for 2 years. Ahead in sports with Jamie, Fijian drawer aims for bonus points this weekend, but up next is Rachel with business.
Thank you, Jackie. Good evening, and coming up in business tonight. Stock market sees increase. And in growing Fiji, Nasinu's busiest stretch rehabilitated. Stay with us.
I'm under a sort of a grower of Nayabu whenever I want to tune in to listen to great music, I always tune in to my favorite radio station, Gold FM, only the classic.
My name is Lita. We love listening to Gold FM here at the Fiji Hideaway Resort and Spa. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
We here at Tano Waterfront Lautoka love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Gold FM, only the
Welcome back. Leading business tonight, the South Pacific Stock Exchange capitalization witnessed a growth of 0.7%. Manager Operations Pritesh Prasad says the dollar value of this growth amounts to $11 million. Prasad says this shows the demand for listed companies' shares are increasing drastically. He adds more young people are showing interest in the stock market with 8 new investors last month. The overall market capitalization is the total dollar value of all companies listed on the stock market.
The end of September until the mid of October, there has been further growth. So there has been a growth which now stands at $1.69 billion, which is an all-time high for the overall market capitalization.
And we now join Natal Tava with the latest from the money markets.
Vinaka, let's look at the economic news today.
This morning, the United States released its industrial production figure for the month of September. It increased from minus 0.7% to plus 0.3% when it was expected to increase to only 0.2%. The US dollar opened 2 basis points stronger today. Tomorrow morning, we have the building permits and housing stats, both expected to be lower than last month. If consensus is correct, we could expect a weaker US dollar tomorrow. Also tomorrow, Australia releases its employment change and participation rate for September, currently without consensus. That's the news right now. Vinaka.
Thank you. Looking at today's exchange rates and foreign currencies in the Fijian dollar. The Fijian dollar strengthened against the Chinese yuan to close at 3.18 and the American dollar weakened to close at 48 cents. The Australian dollar went up to close at 61 cents while the New Zealand and PNG kina were down to close at 66 cents and 134. As for the commodities market, it was a mixed day with oil prices closing at $51.98 a barrel. Gold went down to close at $1,286 an ounce and silver followed suit, closing at $17.5 an ounce. And in growing Fiji tonight, one of Nesina's busiest stretch, the Nawanawa Road in Nandera, has been rehabilitated. Fulton Hogan Highway Ceiling Supervisor Melusenu Nuku says over 300 meters of the road had been repaired. To protect the foundation of the road, he says a second coat of seal was applied to the surface. Resealing work was also completed on some roads in Davilevu. Meanwhile, the construction of the Tavua Levu Bailey Bridge on Kings Road is completed and open to traffic. The bridge was one of the high-priority bridges identified by FRA engineers and has been temporarily replaced by dual-lane Bailey Bridge. And that was business this evening. Now to the latest in sports. Here's Jamie.
Thanks, Rachel, and good evening. Up ahead, police dominate Sakuna Bowl boxing competition. And we have the latest from the Fijian Drua camp. This and more coming up.
मैं प्रेमिला वायरुकू रेकी से सुबह मेरी आँख खुलती है तो मैं मिर्ची एफएम सुनती हूँ. मिर्ची एफएम इज नंबर 1. इट्स सो हॉट.
हम लोग बार टाउन के कैरियर ड्राइवर लोगों ने हम लोग के मिर्ची एफएम सुनो अच्छा लगे. मिर्ची एफएम इज हॉट.
हाय, मैं संध्या नारिया रेफ्रिकी से. मेरे सारे दोस्त मिर्ची एफएम सुनते हैं. मिर्ची एफएम इज हॉट. आई लव मिर्ची एफएम.
हमें स्पिन टोटो ताबुआ के मिर्ची एफएम में सबसे अच्छा गाना बजे.
मिर्ची एफएम इट्स हॉट.
The Fiji Airways Ndrua says it'll do all it can to register maximum points in the next 2 rounds of competition and secure a home semi-final spot in its first year in the Australian NRC. Coach Senirusi Serubakula says he has seen his players improve immensely since their first match, but adds there is still plenty of room for growth. Eroni Tuinuku with more from the Ndrua camp.
Despite coming to the end of the competition, Ndrua coach believes there is always room for improvement.
It's our discipline for the whole 80 minutes, our defense, how we approach our tackle area, and also a lot of communication and play as a team.
The Ndrua players have shown growth in their standard of rugby compared to previous years.
The expectation from the players, and then playing week in and week out, and we are playing against super rugby players. It's a big step for them, and at the same time a lot of exposure, but the benefit will be on our side.
Meanwhile, injured fly half Pedeli Navembe believes the number 10 jersey should be calling the right moves this Saturday.
To communicate with my backline and command moves with the backline in order to score tries.
The Fiji Airways Ndrua will take on Queensland Country at 2 p.m. on Saturday at Lautoka's Churchill Park, and you can catch the live commentary of the match on Radio Fiji 1. Eroni Tuinuku, FBC Sports.
Police has again dominated boxing at this year's Sakuna Bowl Challenge. Having secured spots in both corners of 4 finals, the boys in blue have already bagged 4 gold medals of the 7 on offer at the finals currently underway in Suva. Rohit Deo was at the event earlier today and filed this report.
Another year and another solid performance by the police boxing team.
We won 5 goals last year, and we prepared well this year. And I know that we are expecting all the 7 goals this year, and we are coming in as an underdog, and we also respect the RFMF boxers. They are also good boxers.
While they enjoy winning, the main idea behind the event is to strengthen the bond they share.
Of course, yes, that's the spirit of Sukun. That's the spirit of Sukun. We socialize with each other at the end of the match, which is basically the spirit of what we are into this week.
Army won 2 gold medals last year and are looking to extend the tally this year.
We're planning to get more than what we got last year, but we'll try our best, what we can do.
Meanwhile, the rugby competition takes place at 6 p.m. at Suva's ANZ Stadium on Friday. Rohit Dev, FBC Sports.
While the police rugby team are defending champions of the Schooner Bowl title, they've taken on the underdogs tag ahead of this year's match. The Blues won the title back-to-back after defeating Army 22 points to 12 last year. And while being cautious of an impressive Army lineup, they're hoping to make it a three-peat. The police side is currently in camp in Singatoka and will travel to Suva tomorrow ahead of Friday's clash of forces.
Union as well. So we go in as underdogs. We see ourselves as underdogs and we respect them a lot. We are relying on the Almighty to assist us comes Friday. And the biblical story of David and Goliath is what we are relying on to carry us through, to motivate us. So come Friday evening, when the dust settles, we hope to slay Goliath again.
Meanwhile, the Army cricket side defeated Police by 4 wickets in the Schooner Bowl Challenge today. Police batted first and made 142 runs at the loss of 7 wickets. In reply, Army reached the target with 4 wickets to spare. 2 Nandunga players have forced their way into the Vodafone Fiji football extended squad to prepare for the international friendly against Estonia next month. Paula Mbuke and Shalvin Singh have made the squad after an impressive performance at the recent Courts Inter-District Championship. Other surprise names in the squad include Nreketis Waisake Rabuiwasa, Tavwas Vilitati Kautonga and Baz Kishan Sami. New Zealand-based Altaf Sahib is also in the squad. Fiji hosts Estonia on the 19th of next month. That's it from sports. Angie joins you later on with weather, and in the world of the weird and the wonderful, a look at the development of a pen that detects cancer almost immediately. That's coming up.
Bula, Keron mai Singatoka, Keron do talita kana varorong na Radio Fiji 1 and Domoy Viti.
Ayaw na rin siya. Kombinasyon mo tikola do talita kana Radio Fiji 1 and Domoy Viti.
Kaya kuya sila tali, naguraramay na omanyi, nandunga. Gitu talita gini ang gagawin sa vale, nagundurong barong na Radio Fiji 1 and Domoy Viti.
Na Radio Fiji 1 and Domoy Viti na bonga ni BNN.
In new media, the new Mate 10 and Mate 10 Pro phones use AI and a dedicated chip to take better photos and translate text. And it's weather time now with Angie.
Hello there and welcome to the weather world. Sunshine, yes, our best friend was out and made us happy. I know it was quite a busy day for most of us, especially when it's Diwali Eve, and a rainless day makes our movement much easier. Looking at the west, a gorgeous day to be exact. The sun was out beaming. Eastwards from Peck Harbour to Suva, few early morning showers which cleared to a day of absolute sunshine. And up north, sunshine was unbeatable. It's always a beauty in this corner of the island. At sea, southeast winds 20 to 25 knots with rough seas. And for the tides, low tide tomorrow morning will be at 11:05 with high tide at 5:28. See the beauty of sunrise at 5:35. For tomorrow, it's Diwali. I can feel the excitement already, and let me tell you, the decorations are so beautiful in your homes and you don't have to worry about rain as the day will be fine with only 10% chances of rain. Let's just call it minor showers. Tomorrow's temps, Suva will be the coolest with highs of 25 degrees. And looking further on to Friday, a clear day is in store. And that's all from the FBC Weather World. Jackie.
Thanks so much for that, Angie. On Fiji and Pulse today, we asked, how are you going to celebrate Diwali?
I will be going with my friends. I'm going to stay with my family.
My plans is I'll stay with my family, stay home, to spend my holiday at home.
It'll be a good time to for a get-together with my Indian friends to celebrate Diwali, the Festival of Lights.
We have been really looking forward for this day, but since my dad passed away, so we are not celebrating Diwali tomorrow. But I just came to visit some of my friends here in Suva. They will be celebrating Diwali, so just taking part in that.
Tomorrow, basically, I'll be spending at my friend's place, and then at night I will be enjoying some sweets, and later on seeing lights at various friends' houses.
Basically, I'll be filling my tummy with a lot of Indian savories and sweets, and enjoying time with family.
The main stories: fire leaves 6 families in Nambour homeless. Fiji becomes first emerging market to issue green bond, and police warns Diwali troublemakers. For these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station Gold FM. To our poll question this week, we are asking: do you think fireworks are too expensive this year? Visit our FBC website to answer. Before we go, our shot of the day, the iconic Rewa Bridge sent in by Sheikh Hadar. We'd like to encourage all our viewers to send us more pictures of our beautiful Fiji, whether it's our tropical flowers, our stunning waterfalls, maybe a visiting cruise ship, or even your favorite pet. Just email them through to fbcnews@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via our Facebook page, FBC News. You can also follow and tweet us unique tips at FBC_news or hashtag FBC News. That was your FBC News for tonight. Before we leave, from everyone here at FBC, we wish you a happy Diwali, and we leave you with a montage of how our staff enjoyed their day today. Have a safe evening. Bye for now.
Kera mai singa toka. Kera ndo tali taka na varorong na radio Fiji 1 and ndo moi viti.
Ayaw na rin siya. Usi kombinasyon mo tikola ndo tali taka na radio Fiji 1 kina ndo moi viti.
Ayaw ko yazo sila tali. Nagurara may nawamanyi. Nandunga. Gitu tali tajiri ang gitu pinasibale. Nagundurongo. Barong na Radio Fiji 1 nandungu ibiti.
Na Radio Fiji 1 nandungu ibiti na bonga ni BNN.